You are listening to Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. We will start, as we always do, with the big daddy in crypto, Bitcoin. It is down for the day on the 24-hour-a-day chart right now as we record this, over 3%, 3.18%. We don't have volume helping us out like we do typically in our ETFs and stocks. Everything is below average over the last many weeks. We do see the interim high that Bitcoin hit back on the week beginning the 20th of May. And after that, two green candles. And then, of course, we had a doji last week and this week down movement. We look at the two-day chart. And, of course, we're going into the fourth candle with down movement. High volume today. And, again, as we look, this is... high volume the last 2 days. This is the Monday, Tuesday, and we do have now completed 4 down candles. Of those 4, 3 were higher than average volume, and as things have moved down, we can see on the half day or the 195-minute chart. This is 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin, so it's not half day. We can see, though, how starting at 8 p.m. on Monday, things just trundling down hard. Lots of down movement, a huge down candle on that first red down after 3 ups as it started this latest shift down in Bitcoin. So again, we'll continue to keep our eye on things. As I said in today's program that I recorded, I initiated on Friday an inverse trade in Bitcoin. I believe it's BITI. And so far, that's going along swimmingly, up about 3, well, you can see 3+% for the day. We'll see how it goes. Again, I love experimenting with Bitcoin. This was one of those fractional trades. Put some money in it. Just again, I haven't messed around with the inverse on Bitcoin. I figured I would. And again, with all these ETFs, there are things that you can do. There's also a nice Ethereum ETF that you can also practice trade. Now, let's jump into Ethereum. Where is it? Down not as much as Bitcoin, but not far away, 2.60%. And again, you can see also on Monday around 8 p.m. where Ethereum just cranked it down. And again, going down since then, red down candle for the week. You can see where we've had average volume in 4 of the last 4 candles going down in Bitcoin. We did have a spinning top in that last one. Well, a doji perhaps. But again, price below that weekly trend line. What do we see going on with Bitwise? Now, Bitwise, of course, is the top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted as per market share. The big daddy of this is, of course, Bitcoin, but it is Ethereum and then the other 8, and we have a red down candle forming. What is interesting, you look at the interim high here, and what did you have happen? Well, you had average volume there. You then had 2 more green candles and then a doji with average volume, red volume. Any of you initiate a down move in that? I did not. That wasn't enough for me to do anything on a down move. But again, something for you to think about. Symbols are trying to set up there for you. But again, it's a doji. It's not a spinning top. I guess it was actually green. So again, no, would not have initiated on that. But it is interesting to see, again, pay close attention to dojis. We know what they tell us. Extreme indecision. And you couple that with negative, well, and I say negative volume, it means that it is not necessarily negative volume. All it's telling you, when you have red volume on our charts, as we have them set up, that this candle opened for this week lower than the prior candle. That's what changes the color to red. So let's leave cryptocurrencies. We will then go over to commodities. What do we see going on corn? Again, corn up a little bit for the day, but it had, a day and a half of strong down moves on Friday morning, afternoon, and Monday morning. And again, sliding sideways a little bit here on Tuesday, up some. But of course, going into the fourth week of red down candles. When you look at the 2-day chart, you can see it's been sliding sideways for several 2-day candles. And again, corn feedstock used by humans, of course, used in ethanol, used here in the States, used to feed all sorts of animals, chickens in particular. I'm sure the grain is fed also not only to chickens, but also to horses, but a lot of human consumption of corn. And of course, rolling off here, going into the fourth week. Copper, again, copper used in a lot of industry. It peaked back in the week beginning the 20th of May. And then since then, it has rolled over. Again, beautiful transition here, is it not? Look at that interim high, super high volume. And then your telltale red spinning top, higher than average volume, and it's been going down since. Is that not gorgeous? Silver. How did silver set up for us? Again, beautifully. Interim high here, higher than average volume, carried on another week. As it was dying, you can see the volume wasn't there to support any further up movement. Then a red spinning top on the week beginning the 3rd of June. And guess what? Down. So beautiful. Again, use those things when you see them. Now, as we look at what's up with gasoline, you know, gasoline down many weeks into the summer driving season now. Huge down week with lots of volume back on the week beginning the 3rd of June, but didn't have any turnaround initiated by higher than average volume. Do have an up week so far this week. You can see it was up on Monday morning, high up on Tuesday morning. And again, is gas going to be skyrocketing for summertime? Well, looks like it might have already hit its interim low. What about nat gas, natural gas? Where is it? Well, natural gas, of course, hit its interim low back here in mid-April. Then we had a red spinning top. Then we had a green spinning top. Telltale sign here of a reversal, and it did, popped up strong, building over 4 weeks. Then things blew off a lot of steam and tried building again. And now we see a doji so far this week. But for the day, up 4.07% alone. So don't give up on natural gas yet. What about oil? We see as we look at this week, big green up candle. Didn't have anything to initiate a turnaround here for us. Didn't have average volume. Did have nice candles. We had a red down candle and we had a green spinning top followed by a nice up move. Wheat, lastly, we'll look at wheat. Wheat peaked. We can see where, let's see, was that the interim high on the 20th? We look at the high there, 647, just a penny higher the next week. And then a red spinning top. You could have sure initiated that and it would have done well for you in shorting wheat. Now let's move on to currencies. We'll start with the British pound, which of course, again, lots of flux over the course of last week. Big candlestick, well, not candlestick, big wick on top of a short candlestick. No volume to back any of this up for weeks on, and we have to go all the way back to mid-April where we see just average volume in the pound. And of course, this week we see a red down candle forming after some squirreliness with lots of volatility last week. Let's move on to the euro. As we look at the euro, of course, we had an interim high here, and then we had a spinning top, the kind that I find quite dangerous. You've got a big, decent sized candle here with a long wick on the bottom, followed, of course, by what? A week that doesn't go as low. Had close to average volume in the interim high, not quite. And then again, not the kind of candle I like to initiate. I don't like big candles to initiate a turnaround. I like pretty much the opposite of what we see here. I want a nice candle moving in the direction prior to the turnaround of the wave. And then I like high volume. I then like things to turn around with a spinning top in the opposite direction. As we talk here, I'm looking. This is a beautiful kind of setup. Typically, we don't have the volume to match it. I'd want to see higher than average volume here. But then, you know, a nice green candle followed by a red spinning top with average or higher than average volume, and then a burn down. And you might say, Tom, do you always have to have volume? No, you don't. But volume gives you a little more information to make you feel more comfortable about the trade that you're entering into. Because remember, first rule of trading, don't lose money. Second rule of trading, don't lose money. Third rule of trading, make money. When you hit losses and they hit you again and again and again, they just rob you and will kill you. Losses kill you. Sustained losses burn you out, take your pride, take your confidence, take your enthusiasm, and take your money, and eventually wipe you out. So that's why we want to have perfect setups to give us the best chance to win and to run out those profits. Let's see. We did the euro. Let's look at the Swiss franc, which has been going up quite nicely over the last 3 weeks. Again, didn't have volume to give us a bottom here, but we have seen things turn around nicely. Nice week for the Swiss franc. And lastly, we'll look at the yen, which just continues its relentless move down. Well, we don't want to end on a downer. We will end, however, on the Japanese yen, but I want you to be positive about your practicing, about your practice trading, about learning by doing and enjoying. I do this each and every day. Bring this to you each and every day. And people say, Tom, why do you relentlessly do this? Who's paying you? I tell you what, I am the guy who wins. Why? Because in order to teach, you have to assimilate. You have to assimilate facts and knowledge, and making my brain work every day to bring this to you, to articulate it, to think about it, to talk about it. I'm the one who's getting the benefit more than any of you. And I just say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I love to share this with you. I love to share the enthusiasm. I want you to be successful. I'm your biggest fan. Just believe in yourself. Keep practice trading each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all we ask. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.